rosters. I've been casting for a long time around here, and I don't know any of them. So I'd have to ask around the casting team, see if they know them as well. But I don't. That's on me. Just saying, it's not on the players. But we got a good matchup here. Got the Silver Premade North division. Both these teams are going to be 2-2. Got the Paris Letdowns versus OGT. Starting it out on Hacienda Hardcore.
Yeah, right there. A nice two-piece, three-piece to start us off. Old guys, Texas are having a hard time getting their foothold here as Paris are able to get the first couple ticks on this P1. Old guys doing a great job of trying to contest throwing their bodies onto this hill, but it's just not enough. But as I say that, Caster Chris comes in as they take the lead.
Caster Curse is a classic. I do like the way OGT was kind of setting up there a little bit, getting things going as a team, but just got to watch out for Sammy. Obviously, he's going to piece up your team a little bit. Already starting out 5-2, which is pretty wild for the start of a Hacienda hard point, but it is how it's going to be. P1 is in a little bit of a middle of the open. But P2 here, we see OGT is set up early on, ready to go, waiting for the Paris Letdowns players to run on in. Paris have to check every single corner. They got to check them twice, maybe 3 times. You see some players on OGT already starting to cook them up.
Yeah. Both guys continue to hold this point strong, but Paris just are able to separate themselves against the team in green. It looks like 2 players from Old guys will continue to stay on that point. Taver gets picked off. Chops is trying to stay alive, gets also picked off. Now Paris will be able to sweep in for control.
I mean, Slender with a 3-piece, who might not actually be Slender. You know, the mini map, the scoreboard, and everything's a little glitched right now. It is what it is. That's how it's gonna be. But OGT doing a great job here on this P2. They get a little retake on their own spawns after they lost them early on this rotation. But now they get a good solid bit of time on this P2, looking to get their last bit of it as they rotate on over to P3, all the way over by patio fences area. We'll see Paris Letdowns are going to have a player there, but OGT will have 2 players there to meet that number 2 player, BB. So BB, got to watch out. You're going to have a tough time in the back here.
Yeah, BB gets picked off right as you say that. Caster Curse is strong today. Let's see if we don't jinx any more players. Right now, P2 contest. It's a nice, almost 2-piece, but the assist comes in for Slender, I believe. T gets taken out by Sammy, and now things are getting spicy as old guys continue to fight hard, but Paris are not letting us down so far.
Paris doing a great job here, actually, for losing this early rotation. They get the kills they need, but also shout out to Sammy once again, just getting those clutch kills when you need it most. But now OGT just trying to break right back in, keep this one contested, make sure we're not losing any time, getting ready for that next rotation, knowing when they get over towards that rock, if they get there early with their early rotations again, they'll be great. But on this time for now, 20 seconds left, maybe more like 15, I suppose, getting some kills still, as we're going to see that rotation coming in. The number 2 player, BB, the early rotator for Paris Letdowns, as we've seen on every single hill so far. See if they can win the early engagements here as Paris Letdowns in force, trying to help out their teammate as OGT rotating on over.
This P3 is so crucial on this map. I feel like whenever I watch the CDL, oh, the challenge comes in, but old guys stand strong for almost trying to get that point, but it felt like just this point is so crucial, and whoever wins this P3 usually, I feel like, wins the map whenever I'm watching the CDL. What do you think, CNK?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, if you get to Rock Hill early, you're kind of just solid, right? It's so hard to break at any level of this game. But we have seen some teams who are just really good at it. But you see Sammy here trying to make a hero play. Doesn't quite get it done. But OGT, once again, it's like Trade Fest, right? You're on Rock Hill. You're just going to be trading out like absolute crazy. This P4 goes a little nuts. But now Paris Letdown is going to try to funnel in from that backside. As you see OGT already getting set up for the middle of the map. You know, getting ready for that next hill. Just got to keep the time, keep on stacking up. But Paris Letdowns do end up breaking in as OGT have that player rotate out, go for a quick flank, trying to flip spawns. You want the P2 side of the map there, so you're ready to go for that other big money hill, right? Because your big money hills on the map are going to be that P4 and that P2, the ones that are the easiest to hold down. But now we're back to P1, the easiest one to break non-stop. We'll see how Paris Letdowns gets this early hold going.
Yeah, chaos back and forth. Like you said, this hill is super easy to break, so I do expect teams to be flipping. A nice shot coming through and then almost turning onto the enemy. Gets taken out right there. Now we're catching the perspective of Rilla with their SMG in hand, trying to make something happen. Is trying to play their life patiently. Gets 1 pick, gets 2, and now continues to fly on the map, opening lanes for their team and just anchoring their spawns. We switch to T, who gets a pick for OG Texas. And now let's see what happens as T backs off, throws a nade, and tries to get away with their life. Does, and chaos as that nade hits Rilla.
I mean, good job there, though. OGT just trying to stay alive, get some kills in the hallways there as they rotate on over. They've got the back spawns on lock for the P2. They're pushing on in as well. They've got the hill control. Now if your Paris Letdowns going to try to push this as a team, you're going to see some kills go out solo, but the spawns do come in nice and close over towards rocks. So they're going to be able to get a 4-man push going up ahead here soon. But OGT taking a little bit of damage, but they're in the power positions now, ready to go. T just being a menace, gets one, goes down, not too big of a deal, letting the teammates trade these ones out. They're going to do just that as OGT. Looking to get a bunch more time on this P2. First time around, they got about 40 seconds on this before getting broken. Kind of retook it and everything, but now we're going to see Paris Letdowns trying to break on in. It's just going to be a little tough here because every time they're getting these 1v2 gunfights that just not going their way.
Yeah, Texas gaining a lead, the biggest one we've seen so far in this match. It's about 60 seconds or so. Keeps growing for that team in green. The hard point stays strong for Texas. Let's see if Paris are able to fight back like the French. Eventually gets taken out right there, but somehow, some way, that 2v1 goes into the favor of Letdown right there. Like you were saying, those rotations. Would love to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, I mean, to be honest, like the big thing there is Paris breaks in with like 12 seconds left, right? And OGT gladly died and just spawned on the other side of the map. They get the new hill. They've got this P3, which by no means is the easiest hill to hold, but you can get some early time here if you play it right. And OGT, I mean, they're picking up the kills right now. They've only got one more player to deal with. That's going to be Sherlock. You're going to find that first player gets the kill, taken down right away, right? So these close spawns from Paris Letdowns, though, so they're going to be able to get this reach out very quickly in here. So you just got to be careful because OGT already starting to stack up some time, had some phenomenal rotations on this map so far as well, getting the early rotations to any hill that really matters. Now we're just going to have to see how Paris is going to deal with this. They're going to get some early kills here-ish. I mean, I say early kills. 35 seconds already gone off this hill.
Yeah, no, it definitely seems like team in green Texas are able to hold strong, like you mentioned. Just chaos, chaos, chaos as the rotation comes through for old guys, while they're still ticking on this point. And see what happens. Just chaos, the slippery thumbs from the player in green just is not enough to secure their life, but that hard point stays strong for Texas. Let's see if Paris are able to break things down. Old guys hitting that 200-point club.
I mean, shout out to Slender. But Slender does end up going down, but OGT, as you just said, got the 200-point mark, and they are absolutely cooking it up with these rotations. Doing a good job. The setup is in, but now Paris Letdowns a chance to break things open. They get all 3 kills right there. They're on the time. They should be able to get things set up in return. 35 seconds left on the hill would be some big time for them to get themselves right back in this game. Down 80. Looking to catch all the way back up between this and the P1. They had a decent P1 hold the last time around. We'll see if maybe they can do it again. But never mind. OGT going to break right on into the rock hill just like that. Should get themselves within 15, 20 points of winning this game by the time P1 pops up.
Yeah, massive break right there. Engagements coming through with the flex. Chops doing a decent job of playing their life. Challenges, and oh my days, takes out 2 enemies with the help of team shots coming through. They start hitting the rotations, realizing that they can fly and have confidence right there. Sammy takes out T off screen. Whoa, those are some crazy shots coming through from Chop as they utilize their AR, full his capabilities, tries to get the SMG kills, does not, gets taken out right there. Now Nate, Sherlock holding on to this point for dear life.
Yeah, Sherlock tried to do what he can right now, but T gonna get a quick flank in, picks up 2, Chops with the 3rd, 1 player remaining. That's gonna be really, gets taken down. You gotta think this will probably be the end of the game. Paris gonna have 1 more chance to hit this, but down by 100 points. OGT only need 10 more to take the win. They get 2 more kills as well on top of that. Make it 8 seconds. This one's gonna be over. Looking like we're gonna be on a map 2 in no time here. Red card S&D, here we come, but 2 seconds left for OGT to get, and they'll take this win, but they still gotta get a couple more kills onto Paris. Get right back on this time. We'll see if it goes to a P2.
Yeah, there. Nice hold coming through for Paris. They are ready for the push, like you said right there. But old guys are confident and preparing for this next hill, saying, let's just go next. Right there. It's just not enough for Paris to take the comeback right there. Old guys Texas win map 1 to the score of 250 to 153.
And I mean, it's kind of like the tale of like Hacienda, right? If you're getting those rotations like completely uncontested, a lot of times you'd see like OGT would have 3-4 players at the next hill, 10 seconds left, and there'd be like 1 Paris player, right? And a map like Hacienda where you have like what is getting aided out and stunned out, but you know, I want to see them work the map together a little better. So we'll see if they can get that down. We got a red card S&D right here. I mean, let's get it going.
Yeah, Sherlock has the bomb. Paris gets their knives out and they start sprinting to this site. Let's see what happens. Let's see what unfolds. Believe no one's gotten a first slay just
Oh, look at
yet.
the flank from
Yeah,
Trigger.
everybody's just being patient, but I love to see hear what you're seeing right there as we see two slays, a trade going in favor of OGT right there. It's 2-2. That would have been scary if they dropped. Rilla's the last one up for Letdown. That's the momentum that last engagement we just saw leads to.
Gonna be a 1v1 though to finish this round out. Trevor had a phenomenal flank to start this one out. Picked up 2 kills, had that bomb down early, made Rilla go back for it. Kind of stalled out the Paris push there, but OGT accidentally had a team kill, like you mentioned. Chops got taken out by Slend. No, I think it was by T. Still, T though with some beams. Yee! It's some nice clean shots there, and OGT gonna take round 1.
Yeah, no, I love seeing the confidence that OGT Texas, doing a great job of just playing confident and together, even though it was that 1v1. It felt like they had enough information off the last engagements to, have a successful kill to close out their defensive round. Let's see what happens right now as Paris are respawning back in. Rilla fidgeting with that controller for just a second. 3, 2, 1. Let's see what happens. CNK, please, yap and tell me what you're seeing.
Well, I like to see OGT right off the bat going towards like the mid B side of the map. Just because the B side of the map, obviously the way OGT is playing together a lot more. I mean, nice pick early on from Slender as well as Rilla. Unfortunately, gets the information that he maybe wanted, but in a bad way. But just blowing through these doorways over here on this bomb site, you need teammates with you. But T trying to get some chows out, and the teammates are there to trade out. You're going to see 1-for-1 on the map right there. We're technically 2-for-1. But OGT have bomb site control. Never mind, they're going to blow through those doors. They're going to lose that one, and they're going to get pushed out. As Slender's now in a 1v2.
Yeah, Chops got chopped right there. Slender's left alone to go against Nate, Sherlock, and BB with that AR and pistol. Let's see what happens. The nice patience coming through for Paris Letdown. They get the pick, and defense takes this round 1-1, first to 6. Let's see. I'm super excited to see who's able to get the offensive plant first. Looking at this final kill, yeah, that's just patience right there. I think old guys have clearly been showing their experience in this Black Ops 6 game, and it's definitely leading them to be in the driver's seat throughout this entire series. And in that hard point right now, Paris need to just play patient, play those corners like they just did, and force the mistakes coming out from old guys. Rilla has the bomb. Let's see what unfolds.
We'll see how this one goes down. New offense for them once again. I mean, they're going to send one player towards the outside of the map, but they're going to get their main offensive towards middle and B site here. They're going to get some early damage. Really gets a nice early pick. That's going to be a massive first blood for the side of Paris on offense. That's what you're looking for, obviously. But Chops on a quick little flank. This OGT team loves the flank. Doesn't spot the player out. Does get taken down. Shout out to BB for spotting that player on the quick flank. A little 2v4 action. Paris Letdowns have the numbers, pushing out this B site from down below. OGT has no idea it's coming. Slender, though, does get a pick. Going to be a 2v3. The push from behind. Sammy picks up one. Sammy almost gets a second, but Slender going to stay alive. 1v2 now. They know exactly where he's at. Gets pushed out, gets taken down, and Paris Letdowns with a phenomenal offensive round.
Yeah, to start off that round, I felt like old guys prioritized getting that quick damage in instead of getting their information. It feels like, I know this is kind of basic to say, but information, as we see that final kill cam, that was, a result of having the whereabouts of the enemy because of the last engagements we just saw. Paris up 2-1. Let's see what happens. Old guys, will they be able to respond with authority, or will they buckle down and go down 3-1 here? Chops has the bomb.
Shout out to Chops. We're going to see them take it towards this A outside of the map here. I'm going to have to check towards that top window, make sure we got no one up there, which we always do, of course. But Nate Sherlock on those hedges as well. So we'll see these early gunfights go down pretty quickly here. We'll see the nades and stuff get a flying. Shout out trophies, though. Going to save our lives as per usual. We're going to see a little bit of action back and forth, but no one really getting too much. Sherlock trying to just get a sneaky little peek right there as Sammy does get the first pick, and just like that, 3v4. OGT now have to make the outside push down a man.
Sammy does a great job getting that first kill onto T. Sherlock drops, Slender drops, some nice shots coming from Sammy once again. Might be the MVP or is fighting for that MVP in this SND. Things slow down here. Everybody's a little timid, not trying to give anybody free information. Looks like Old Guys gets spotted right there. That AR starts to move onto that stage right now. Everybody's just stagnant right now as it's a 1v2 in favor for Paris.
That glass breaks, so they're gonna know these players are pushing through here. We see Sammy going around the back right there, gets the first pick onto Trevor, should get shot. Never mind, Chops beams him right there with the sub, and maybe try to plant this bomb. Has a little bit of time. You see both players from Paris Letdowns try to push on over that number 2 and number 3 player. BB and Rilla playing together up against Chops here. Chops does spot at least one of them out here. Gets pushed up, gets taken down. Yeah, gets stuck on the table. That's gonna be tough, but nice little 2v1 right there at the end. Technically 3v1, I guess, but Paris Letdowns get the defuse, get themselves up 3-1.
Yeah, Old Guys looking like a good piece of lumber that last round and just get chopped down 3-1, like you said. Definitely love to see this. What do you think is the key to success for Paris? What's their winning condition in this SND? Why do you think they've had some nice results in these last 3 rounds?
Well, the last 2 rounds for sure, just first bloods. I mean, this team just, you could see the confidence just increase like exponentially every time they get a first blood. They get a little bit more comfortable shooting back at people. They're willing to like kind of take some crazy chows and win crazy chows, right? And also, I think it helps a lot when you got a player like Sammy, who even in map 1 we saw Sammy doing it, just hits some nice clean shots, takes out these really talented ARs from OGT, and isn't afraid to take those chows and have the confidence to win them, and like does win them, right? It has the backup from the SMGs to just be up in their face, just being annoying. And shout out Sammy, pushing right through the middle of the map. But Slender with the first blood, Sammy with the sub in hand. Should be able to make a play soon enough, I would imagine.
Would be massive if Paris are able to take this round after going down 1. Sammy opens that door. Yeah. Please take the microphone. I would love to hear what you're saying.
No, but I mean, just gotta be nice and slow and careful right now, because they need the. He knows they need a pick right now. It does get spotted. I shot as a T for spotting that player, by the way. They probably knew someone was lost because they just couldn't keep track of the numbers on the map right there. But BB and Nate Sherlock now in a 2v4, kind of stuck on the outside of the map. Like OGT is not really gonna let them sneak towards the inside, I don't think here. That's kind of a tough thing with red card, in my opinion. Because like once you go down players on offense, it can be so tough to rotate or really do anything. You just kind of have to commit. But BB, some nice shots on a Slender. Watch out your mid doors though, BB. You get shot in the back here real soon. Is BB on a 6 streak? A little bit off that cruise missile yet though. Probably 2 kills. But those 2 players forward right now. Yeah, they're gonna get spotted out. BB gets 1 or gets taken down. That is by T. Now Nate Sherlock by himself, no bomb. You have to try to make a play. Does get a kill though. So 1v2, 7 seconds left. Yeah, T's there.
Yeah, that back A rotation was a good idea. I think you and I saw what they were trying to do there. 3-2 right now. Paris leading. Get this final kill. Yeah, that's gonna happen when you're the last one up with no bomb in your back pocket. T, I do believe I recognize that name. Like, if I'm not mistaken, they competed in HRL once or twice. I think I've casted over them.
Could be the same player. They do have some crossover.
Do have that cross pollination. Excited for DreamHack to see that
can't wait.
These communities come together. But Chops has the bomb right now. Let's see.
I like OGT once again going back to kind of the bread and butter for them. It feels like going towards this B site. See if they can win this one. Chops though. Gotta be careful here. Last time they kind of had a decent trade out, and then one player kind of just ran through back doors, gave up their life on accident. But Rilla with the nice first blood. Sammy tries to get something going. Chops with a nice kill there. BB pushing up to support. Does get 1. Gets the second as well. Massive kills from BB right there. Slender though, trying to stay alive. 1v3 turns into a 1v2. Ooh, he's the player on the bomb. Sherlock did get the spot as well though, so they know exactly where Slender's at.
Yeah, I can see why B.
I like it. They're playing slow. Taking it easy.
I can see why B chose to name themselves BB, not just B. That was a nice 2-piece right there. 1v1 goes in favor of Paris once again. You just got to make a play, and unfortunately it didn't work out. 4-2 is the score. What are you thinking, CMK?
I think shout out to OGT, but Paris Letdowns. They got some bodies on site very quickly. They hit that retake. Well, I say retake. They just kind of prevented a take in general in the first place. Shout out to BB, though, just kind of beaming people. Jumped over the bomb and immediately just picked up a couple kills. But, I mean, yeah, this is such a difficult map to play. Like, it really is. I feel like for, like the CRL lower divisions, you always just see, like, someone just makes a hero play like that from like BB where it just they pick up 2 kills immediately after you get like a decent-ish break started, and BB just kind of immediately breaks it open. It's also got the RC card in the back pocket. Might pull that out to break this site at some point. But 4-2 lead for Paris. You see OGT, they've already got a player on that flank, but they've been getting spotted out lately as they've hit those flanks. Paris has done a good job just paying attention, knowing early on that the flanks were coming. But now, this one might go fairly uncontested. I don't know if Sammy's going to sit and wait for this. They do need Sammy up front. But Chop's just trying to stay alive. Those OGT bodies, though, are here on site ready to go, as we do see 1 kill coming in, 2 kills from behind. The flank shows up massively.
Yeah. Wasn't able to see who got the first piece of information for that 2-piece for Trevor. If they got, that much damage onto the enemy, I imagine they were the first one to, see the opposing squad. But I think right now, I'd love to see Old Guys Texas just take a step back, not be the first one to initiate the challenge. It feels like whenever they're forcing the situations on the map, they're losing them. It feels like Paris are great at pushing into the enemy and taking advantage of the mistakes that Texas are doing, just holding forward a little too much. Texas need to be a good sponge right there. Maybe call themselves Bob for the next couple rounds of SND as we see Chops with the bomb right now. Let's see what unfolds. Let's see. Nice positioning from Chops right there to get the pick. And T. Oh, that was T, not Chops right there. But please, CNK, please elaborate on what you just saw.
I mean, I just shot at the T. He just snuck all the way around down the bottom. Just didn't get spotted by that top player. But the flank comes in here. Trevor going to shut that down. Just a good push from OGT, right? They got in there nice and quick and fast, and they just didn't get spotted on that lower push because the AR on the way back just kept the top window occupied. They didn't really have a chance to spot out T as he pushed up. Took over the hedge, right? Because we're looking for the hedge double window kind of like cover right there, and did a good job just getting pushed up, getting that kill, and just kind of breaks things open for the team. But there's just Sammy always in that top window, trying his best, but sometimes you get beamed early.
Yeah, Caster's Curse coming in for me a little bit. I said I wanted to see them absorb the opposing team's pushes, but the Old Guys decided to hunker down and just hold forward even more aggressively. If they're listening, they were like, "Okay, so we're not going to listen to you. You're a Halo guy." Right now with the bomb, Nate, Sherlock, trying to be aggressive here right off the rip. Let's see if Old Guys do a great job of just absorbing the push, or maybe just hold forward here. Let's see what strategy they elect as those nades go out. Information is on the map for both teams. Everybody just holding steady for a couple seconds.
I think Sherlock got spotted by Trevor on the bomb. I think for that split second that he peeked. But we see the top peak there coming in. Chops just forcing that player back. But Sherlock, I think he wants to make a move here, but he's waiting for that mid player, Sammy, to kind of do something right now. But first pick comes in. That's going to be Sammy with a nice first blood. Shout out the AR doing his thing. Also does it with a sub, though, so kind of more of a flex. But OGT, 3 players left on the map, but they're on defense. So that's definitely still doable. This bomb makes its way towards A.
Things slow down. Everybody is not trying to surrender this round, as Trevor is the only one on that death screen. Nate still has that bomb in their back pocket. Chops gets spotted, fires, backs off, starts rotating. He's going to run into the AR of Sammy. That is unfortunate for Chops as they get mowed right there. The shots coming through for the teammate as Paris plant the bomb at the A site. T trying to get some shots, gets nice information onto the enemy, finds the slay, and now gets picked off by BB. 3-1 in favor for Paris as T is the last alive.
Yeah, definitely a tough one for T right here. Has a player behind, knows there's a player behind, has no idea where the other 2 players are for the most part. But on a 4th street, if anyone's going to make something happen around, maybe going to be T. Not a ton of time here. It takes 7.5 seconds to defuse. Getting shot at like crazy right now. Just going to try to stay alive by the looks of it. Maybe take a chow. But, I mean, not much you can do there. But that's going to be a 5-4 lead now for Paris Letdowns. Looking very good with it on these defenses. Getting a lot of first bloods on defense, right? Love to see that. Just kind of make these offensive pushes just obsolete immediately when you get those first bloods. It's so difficult to push this map down a player. I mean, it's so difficult to push in general without getting, like, perfect trades. And once you go down a player, chalk trades, because now you need full-on positives on the map between the teams. But the BB 10-4, if that stat line's real, because scoreboard is glitched. I imagine it's real because Stats look very correct. So
Yeah, take a shot every single time we say BB. If you were doing it throughout this game too, oh my lord, I wish you're on your way to the hospital right now as that player is just slaying for Paris Letdowns. Definitely not letting us down right there. We see
for sure.
Nate Sherlock laying on their stomach, trying to get the pick. Doesn't. Dances around, looking like Shotzi with the movement. I love to see that. Sherlock gets the first blood after just dancing. Texas has the bomb planted. Let's see what happens. CNK, what are you seeing?
I mean, you got Rilla on the flank right now, but okay. Finally, Sherlock does go down after staying alive as long as he possibly could. He did a great job playing his life, just being annoying. But OGT here gonna have a tough time. But Rilla trying to push in from that side door. One more player gonna be up. That's gonna be Sammy. Gets a nice kill right there. Helps the player out. The damage trade's always gonna be big. There we go. Chops for the kill. Immediately gonna be a nice trade on the map though. Both are dead, and just like that, Paris Letdowns gonna win that round. But I mean, OGT. I mean, they kind of got stuck in there pretty quick, right? But Rilla, he hit that long flank. They push from all sides, and it's gonna be tough.
Great plays coming out from Paris. Wow, this game 3 with about 5 or so seconds left. Let's see what happens as we start on the perspective of Nate Sherlock. Would love to see what you're thinking right off the rip, CNK.
Oh, you're gonna see two players immediately hit towards that top hall. I mean, shout out T with the grenade. But OGT just kind of flood back into this A site here as Paris Letdowns. So you got that number 3 player kind of sneaking around. That's gonna be Sammy. He's going to go, I mean, contested immediately. Slender's going to pick that up. Some nice kills coming in from OGT. We'll see if they can kind of push things forward. You just got to keep watching that hall side of the map. Can't let anyone sneak by. You see Trevor is going to pick that up, and it looks like he's going to go try to push that through as well. Is OGT getting these early kills? Up 3 lives at the moment, and Trevor with a quick little flank picks up 2. Is going to start pushing these spawns. Got to reload, though. Don't get this kill. Please don't get... Okay, thank you. Rilla. Shout out Rilla.
Yeah. Now Trevor is the only one on the death screen, but not for long as Rilla joins them. Those respawns coming up for both teams. It is 27-19. And CNK, what are you thinking? I hear you trying to say something. I'd love to hear what you're saying.
Well, it's just so right now, like Paris Letdowns is just like hardcore stuck in their spawns, right? Like OGT is just full on, like as high paced as you can get. Pushed them all the way back. They've got some players kind of chilling back as well in Chops and Slender who just aren't full sending it, and they're just allowing their 2 super fast play players to kind of get in the face of these OGT guys. But there we go. That could be an absolute problem as you lose 4 players on the map. OGT go down 4, so that's going to allow Paris Letdowns to break things open a little bit. Get on this A site. They've got the point stacked. The more players you have on it, the faster it's going to go. I think with 4 players on, that site disappears in about 9 seconds. They have 2 ticks down, fully secured, working on the 3rd, but some kills coming back from OGT as Trevor picks up 2. Just trying to stay alive so the teammates can get here and trade out. They do just that as T picks up that kill. Not much time left on the round. Make it 7 seconds, but BB breaks on it. 1 player from OGT is close here. That's Chops. You got to be careful though, Chops. Got to get shot in the back real quick. Thunder here to help out. Just got to try to keep this time contested. It looks like this one should get taken. And just like that, 1 more minute on the clock. Only down 4 lives after being spawn killed as long as they were. Paris Letdowns honestly in a decent position here to pick up some ticks on that B site.
Yeah, no, both teams still very much in it as it's 10-15, now 10-14. Both teams looking at this fresh site. BB gets the headshot onto the enemy, and now it's only a 2-kill difference as Paris Letdowns are trying to take this B point. BB, Sammy get a piece each, and right there, T will be a thorn by their side. Has a nice double kill coming through for this player to clutch up and save their team a couple headaches right now. What are you seeing as T gets picked off by Sammy?
I mean, Nate Sherlock being an absolute menace to society, but Trevor, once again, hitting a quick little flank right in the middle of the map. He's going for those spawns immediately, just trying to be annoying, forcing those spawns all the way back to the fire station right now. But, oh, Nate Sherlock gets a nice kill right there with the sub, though. Picks up Trevor there. But not a ton of time on the clock here as Paris Letdowns trying to push through the middle of the map. OGT have a decent hold going. They've got players where they need them to stop this one out. They do just that as they pick up 3 kills. Shouldn't see anything from Paris Letdowns the rest of this round. 1 life remaining, 1v5. A little difficult when they're all stacked up on the point ready for you as well.
Yeah, it felt like old guys just rode the momentum that they gained after just holding forward aggressively to start off that round 1. Looking at this best play, we're going to see Slender popping off at such a power position in this map. Whenever I played ranked, I just see someone just always
Yeah,
holding
top
this
art's
position.
crazy.
Yeah, a position with an AR, and it's just infuriating, especially when you're respawning on the other side of the map. I almost have broken a couple controllers. Thankfully, have not done that just yet. Let's see
Not
how
yet.
Paris.
Not yet.
Yeah. I'm not that high in the rank so far, so let's see. But Paris, I expect them to bounce back here. Sammy with the 12 and 6 KD if the scoreboard is not glitched. First blood going for Slender as 2 down for Team in Orange, 2 down for Texas. Sherlock holding this point, gets a 2-piece. Wow, doing it all for their team right now as they're trying to save their KD. Chat tick, tick, tick continues to... Oh, nope, I'm just tripping right there. We see an engagement. BB trying to use their AR, get the pick. We switch to the perspective of Sherlock for just a second as they get a slay. Right now, Trevor trying to get the flank. Almost, but the movement for BB was just too much for that player.
I mean, BB does a great job getting that kill because that would have definitely opened up a lot for OGT, but they're still going to be moving up the map here. But a big thing to note is Paris Letdowns did get 4 ticks in that first round, so they're looking very good as far as that last defense is concerned because more ticks going to add up, help you out there. But OGT, not really getting much of a push going here. Paris Letdowns doing a great job pushing them back. Now you've got the spawn kills starting to come in. You've got the number 4 and number 3 player, Sammy and Rilla, doing a good job just getting things going. BB as well, picking up 2 over by pool. Now Trevor, 20 seconds left, has to try to get something going for this because they're all pushing out of spawn. Trevor picks up that first kill. This guy's good with an AR with a sub, doesn't really matter. It's Sherlock weak. That's 2 kills coming in for OGT, but they lose 2 in return. One was a team kill, one was a nice kill, and Sammy cleans it up on the A site. No ticks coming in from OGT. I don't know if they're going to get one here. They've got to rush in. Not a ton of time to go.
Yeah, 2-4 down so quickly for Paris Letdowns, and just a insane play coming through for the team in Orange. Old guys Texas tried, but just wasn't enough. Right there, I did mention, I'm gonna give myself flowers. The Halo player coming in and predicting something, right? Saying I thought that the stop in play would definitely be frustrating for Team in Green OGT. It definitely is something to take note of whenever they were playing. When they were playing on the hard point, they were sharp with their rotations. They were ready to get to that next point, but here they're just lacking that sharpness. I don't know if you can explain it in better words for me, CNK, but it just seems like they're a little timid in their response as we see Sammy throw the nade. Trevor gets the first blood onto the enemy. 28-30 is the score to start us off as engagements fly through, and it's only a 2-kill difference for just this moment.
Shot on Nate Sherlock. Gets that kill and just runs off. Already had a player chasing him for quite a bit there, but Chops does finally find him, takes him out. But like that. Good start here. I mean, still in this game. I mean, phenomenal if you're Paris Letdowns, right? You get 4 ticks in your first offense. You give up 0 on your first defense. Now looking to get something going on your second offense here is OGT. Pushed all the way back into spawns. This is the time to do it. You got to get this first kill. They do just that, but they're going to lose 2 players in the process of getting the 1. But they might be able to get their first tick here. Chops, though, not going to let that one slide for free. Wants a little payback for the previous round. Picks up 2 there. They're going to start pushing these spawns here. I imagine very quickly if Sammy doesn't pop off here and get another kill.
Yeah. Chops. Finds one. T finds another. Rilla responds with the help of BB. Chaos, back and forth, ping pong. What are you seeing, CNK?
We're just seeing the exact same thing I think we saw in the first round, right? Where just OGT does a great job getting their wave of kills and just kind of forcing, like this, kind of like, almost like in Halo, kind of almost forcing a split spawn, right? Where you want to just keep them at bay, get those 1v2 gunfights in your favor, of course. But now Paris Letdowns, I mean, they got 2 ticks on this first objective right now. They've got some players coming hard charging out of spawn, 20 seconds remaining. OGT, they've got 3 players pushed up. If they can clutch this up right here, they can do a very good job on their defense here. They want to try to force as few ticks as possible. So that way, if they win their offense, they're looking even better than they can possibly imagine. But OGT getting the kills they need. Shout out for that. The trade's coming in flawlessly there. 3 seconds left, and Paris not able to get anywhere really near this hill.
Yeah. Nice victory from old guys. A couple scary moments for them, but they were able to hold on. Paris just being a thorn to the side of Old Guys Texas right there as we see Trevor with the nice play. Getting the pick with the angle and then just sliding out and finding the body shots right there. Let's see. Oh, yep, nope, I was just tripping right there. Just making sure I didn't get anything wrong. I'm still a little new, still a little fresh. Super excited to be here. Trevor, why whining just like Kenny? Waiting for that round to start. Switches to their knife with that I keep saying Atlanta Falcons. I'm tripping. No, Atlanta FaZe. Oh my days. Chat, let me hear it. Tell me I'm a noob. I don't care. As long as you're engaging with the CRL. Trophy system goes out. Slender gets the first blood. Some nice trades for both teams as Nate Sherlock is trying to do it all, securing this B point. Almost gets the pistol shots, and T is there to sweep in to get some time, but eventually gets picked off. Just chaos. Like I said, it looks like a ping pong game with how much they're going back and forth.
Most definitely, but if you're OGT here, maybe a little bit scared, right? Because you already got some Paris players pushing through your spawn. You only got one tick on your first little B push there. And you know for a fact, Paris Letdowns already has 6 ticks, so OGT gonna have to win an offense either way, whether it's this one or the next round. They're kind of screwed out of getting an offense. I mean, getting a defense again here. So they have to pick up some nice kills. Got to get on this time. They can win via kills or they can win via time. It doesn't really matter. If they win this offense, they win the game. See if they can get that done. As Paris Letdowns still cutting them down. And once again, like you mentioned earlier, this team, they really slow this OGT team's pace down. And now you see it right now. They're just stalling out in the middle of the map right now. They're forcing OGT to take 1v1 gunfights, try to get some chows out, 2v2 gunfights, 3v3s, you name it. Try to get even numbered gunfights in matchups around the clock, and they're just allowing players like Nate Sherlock and Sammy to just go and clean up everybody on the map.
Sammy going rogue right now. Slender getting their health back before dropping down. Eventually gets seen and picked. 3 down for Old Guys as the 4th one drops right there. Sherlock playing confident right now. 21-10 is the score as 2 more just out of nowhere. 21-10, excuse me, as 2 more slays hit out of nowhere. That time drops and it looks like Paris will win this round.
All right, some positive takeaways here. OGT got their first take of the game, so it's not the end of the world. The negatives are that was a pretty rough round if you're the side of OGT, and now you got to run it back, and you got to try to win an offense against Paris, who's playing phenomenal right now and countering you very well. But, I mean, your biggest concerns are going to be BB, Sammy, and Nate Sherlock. I mean, it's the whole team really as well, obviously. But yeah. Nate Sherlock is playing like an absolute demon right now, so that is going to be a little bit of a problem. May not be winning every single gunfight, but the gunfights that Nate Sherlock is involved in is being a menace and making sure multiple people leave that gunfight at 1 HP and allows the teammates to easily clean those up. And then Sammy's just being Sammy and just ripping people's heads off anywhere on the map at any location. Doesn't matter what heady you're on, you're going to be gone. But OGT, they've got to get it done on this offense. They get the first blood, but they lose 2 in return. Not going to be a great start as they lose 3 players right off the bat. And you know for a fact, Paris Letdowns, not going to let this slide here. They're not going to let OGT get themselves back in this one for free.
Yeah, Sherlock gets the killing spree to start us off. This is chaos right now as we switch to the perspective of VB. Gets taken out, maybe a little too aggressive on that chow. Sherlock gets a 2-piece right there. Disgusting. It smells like stinky cheese right now as Rilla is there to anchor their team spawns and just trying to be a pest at this back pool area already. Old Guys coming back off the death screen. 2 down for the team in green. Sherlock is the only one on the death screen for Paris Letdown. BB sees the challenge, decides not to take it, and right now gets their shields back. Trevor playing cautiously. I feel like everybody's just taking a second to just play timid as we see Slender get a nice 2-piece. Chaos happening. Sammy is there to get the slay onto T. Nades come out for BB. Explodes the truck and slides in, but their life is taken in response to those plays.
I think this trade's definitely far more deadly for OGT than Paris, right? I mean, Paris, they can afford to give up a tick, a tick and a half, 2 ticks. They don't want to give up any more than that, obviously. But Paris, they clear out their B side of the map. Now they've got to worry about this OGT squad who's stacking up over towards the A side. Stack the point. Word to Jims, you know how it is. The Nate Sherlock, he pushes in, he picks up 2. The 2-piece demon right now, but Slender and Chop's going to counter back, get 2 trades of their own. Sammy, though, got to be careful here. Going to get spotted out. Doesn't get the kill, and just like that, it's going to turn things around a little bit. OGT now, maybe a chance to get things going. Extra minute of time, only down 2 lives to get the A point. They've got one tick on B as well, so they've got a little bit of a start going, but they do have to hit the full restart as far as map control is concerned.
Guys, I feel like have the advantage here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but even though they're losing in they're not they're behind in the Slays, trying to find the right. Oh my lord, excuse me, trying to find the right way of wording that as BB gets a pick on the Slender. Old guys, decent chance of winning this right now. They keep dropping though. The caster first comes in, so Paris doing a great job of responding. Sherlock gets a slay on the chop. Rilla gets one on the T, and right now things are looking scary for the team in green. Maybe choking a little bit. Feels like they definitely were in the driver's seat for this round 5, but right now they're trying to work their way back, but with 5 kills remaining for Paris. Let's see. Will old guys be able to get their last 2 ticks? No respawns remain. Now it is chaos and a little bit of a gut-wrenching situation for the team in green.
Yeah, you just see Paris's spread as well. They're basically everywhere on the map. OGT could never possibly read every spot. They're getting some kills right now, but it's, what, 2v3 now? It's a 1v13. Like, yeah, they're all going to go down. And Paris Letdowns, I mean, they just do an absolutely fantastic job in that map, just controlling pace, right? Every time they're on defense, you mentioned it early on, it's something like they did a great job just forcing OGT to either play fast or play slow, however Paris wanted them to play, and it worked out perfectly. Whenever they wanted them to pick up pace, Paris would kind of pull back a little bit, force them to funnel through one part of the map.
It's always an interesting one to watch. It feels like there's always some sort of epic drama that happens whenever we watch Protocol, and we're going to have a lot more to come here right now as the first blood goes in favor for T.
Yeah, shout out to T. Holding it down for the boys. Gets the second one as well, just like that. Has that early arty control. Well, same turret, I guess, but still same thing. Paris Letdowns. They're trying to just keep holding down their P2 side of the map. You got to think they're going to try to get this contest going here soon. They get the nice early nade. Obviously, no trophy to hold down that P1, so that's just how it's going to be. Paris Letdowns now flooding in, getting that little mid-map control as well as they pick up some kills there. T, though, trying to stay alive, does get taken down. So there's 20 seconds left on this P1. First 14 went to the side of OGT. We'll see if Paris can get much out of that. OGT should be able to contest fairly easily as they got those close stair spawns. But there's some kills still coming in from Paris. P2, what we're looking at here now, look at the OGT spawns as one player from Paris pushed up just a little bit too far as they all went down. OGT gets the back P2 spawns. They're going to flood up. And I don't know if, yeah, Paris didn't know they were all there right away. They knew some were for sure. So some kills are going to go back and forth. And Nate Sherlock just continues to just be an absolute menace in every map and mode we play.
Yep, those respawns coming in for both teams right now. And everybody's about to be up. Not for long, though, as Nate Sherlock was there to find the slays with the help of Sammy. Right now, Rilla is on that point. It's just crazy. What were you saying, CK?
I was just saying, like, him having 6-7 kills now, Sammy, like, on that streak is just nuts. Still probably needs, like, 2 more for a cruise because this game is absurd. But he's going to be there very soon.
Yeah. Love to see it, Sammy playing their life cautiously. Gets one more right there. If they watch the VOD, they're going to see you geeking out and, you know, put it on the fridge. Hey, mama, I made CNK proud right there as Paris continue to tick. It feels like they've gone like a minute uncontested, just able to get those 1v1s taken over right there. The killing spree, 10x coming through. That next point, unless I'm mistaken, is coming up, and it just, both guys a little bit in shambles here as they try to regroup, push together instead of separately, stop staggering, and T gets one pick. Sammy's there to respond, and once again, Sammy just pops off as Rilla is there to be that great support player.
Chops can try to break things open a little bit, has some help, but Paris Letdowns, I mean, they have a practically flawless P2 there after they get like their early retake on P2. Doing a good job here on P3 as well, getting some solid time. Nate Sherlock not afraid to kill his own teammates, getting those team kills in as well.
Had to happen.
You know, you got to do what you got to do. But, I mean, Sammy, 12-3 right now, has the cruise missile in the back pocket. Had to get 10 kills to get that cruise missile, so well-deserved. As Paris Letdowns, they break into this P3 before it pops up. They get all the kills they need. They pick up 3 right there, no problem. They should get a nice early hold here. They're getting their trophies down. So now, OGT going to have to try to get a break on this P3, which is going to be very, very difficult. But they've got all 4 players. I take it back, as Rilla did just kill one. I love this from Sherlock. Pushes right on in, gets that first player, gets the second one to force back as well. Wait for some health and teammates.
Yeah. I think it's the fact that you're wearing an Atlanta FaZe skin while playing on a team that's obviously an optic reference. But Sammy just holding the point down. As I say that, the player gets a pick, but then gets annihilated. BB is just holding that point confidently as they're about to take a 100-point lead here. 122 to 22. How many times have I said 2 right there? But don't matter. BB gets one more pick on the tee. Chops is there to slay out BB. Nate Sherlock gets Chop, and Slender holds down this point with the help of a teammate.
But like right here, I mean, there's 15 seconds left on that when they take over, right? So if you're the side of Paris Letdowns, they probably don't even really care, right? They're looking for their mid-map control again. They're looking to try to hold down the P2 side of it. So this time, they're going to have a little conversation amongst themselves and be like, hey, let's maybe not push too far forward this time before P2 pops up. Let's not flip these spawns. But OGT here do a good job at the very end there, breaking that point when they get the last 15 seconds, and they're doing good here on the first part of P1 as you see them getting some early time as well, getting themselves slowly back in this game. But now Paris Letdowns not letting us down one bit as they're up 2-1 in this series, looking to go 3-1. They keep playing their cards right, doing a good job here on this P1 now. They get the time back in their favor. They got it contested. Now it's their time as OGT trying to just get some nice nades on this point.
Rilla gets one, gets two, gets three. Oh my days. Can you get the four? Can you get the four? Oh, you finally see them. You get the fourth. Oh, with the killing spree right there. I would have loved to see an overkill badge, but you know, unfortunately, this isn't a game by Halo Studios. It's one by Activision or Treyarch. Oh my lord, I gotta get my facts right. And now chaos, 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 but those slays continue to go in favor for Paris as Rilla, like you said, is popping off. And right now, Nate Sherlock on that next point. Nate gets the trophy and is ready for the push. That player's about to get annihilated. Yep, that's frustration leaking through for old guys who maybe know that this might be all she wrote.
I mean, Paris is just playing so perfect now, but it's the crazy part about this Paris team is you have Sammy's got a cruise missile in the back pocket at 18-8. Rilla's got a minute and 30 seconds in time, 18-8 as well. Double stacked cruise missiles at this point. Has one in the back pocket, accidentally overrode that as well. So this team is just going absolutely off. Sammy gets 3 more right there now, 21-8. Had to show up Rilla, of course. But, I mean, you're at a 250-point lead right now. If you're the side of OGT, it's looking a little tough. But there's 14 seconds left on this P2. Looks like they should get that. No problem. I say no problem, but Sammy's here. And Sammy's not going to give that up for free. He's going to grab that last 9 seconds or so as the P3 is about to pop. You see Paris Letdowns are there. They've got top barracks and bottom barracks control. OGT going to have to try to break this. And they're a little spread right now. They're trying to determine where they're going to go. They've got a couple players going underground, a couple going in the far outside towards boats. They do get an early pick, but something tells me Paris Letdown's not going to let that slide.
Man, thank the Lord I don't have a gambling addiction. I put my money on old guys taking this game forward, but unfortunately it's just a massive lead in favor for the opposing team. Paris Letdown are just authoritative, you know, now throwing their bodies into this point, you know, playing a little loose, if you will. Right now, old guys finally have a foothold. Let's see if they're able to claw their way back. 20 seconds or so left on this point, so maybe Paris are saying, hey, we can play 3 here and get the next rotation. A 2-piece coming through by Slender and BB, you know, working together for that one. T responds with a pick onto Sherlock. Now BB lays down, throws themselves at the enemy, is there to clean up, and is ready for this next point.
I mean, the trades are just so perfect, right? There's always just another player. There always is. It's so nice to see. Paris Letdown's playing so well right now. They're the ones getting their early rotations now in. They only need 27 more points, and they'll take this win. These OGT players, they'll take a gunfight from the front, immediately get shot in the back. Every time. They'll take out the first player. Guess what? There's always another player. Like right here, T, he sees Rilla die, knows there's a couple more players, has to get full health, waits for another teammate as well. We're starting to see these cruise missiles finally drop on in as well. And 10 more seconds, Paris Letdown's going to take it. OGT just trying to get to the first 100 right now. Not able to do that. But the break's starting to come in. They pick up 2 kills there. Slender picks up 2. But guess what? 2 more to deal with. Over here to help out as they pick up these kills. OGT now. Chance to get a little bit of time, but 5 more seconds for Paris. If they want, they can just rotate for P1 and end it there.
Yeah, Tom Cruise was not enough to end this match. BB trying to make something happen, realizes that they're in a sticky situation. Like you said, look for this next rotation, but that hard point might be captured and might be all she wrote. No, it's not. I'm tripping. Man, that's going to be an experience note for me. But as I say that, Paris get the rotation in after, securing 249 points after that second to last point. Love to see that out of Paris Letdowns, letting me down, saying, "Hey, Queso, you're a little bit of the new guy here. You gotta listen to CNK when it comes to your predictions." Looking at that best play, that's just popping off. Rilla, I love to see that.